what happened and tell the truth about it, and also to talk about cancel culture itself and how horrible it is, and how I was like, yeah, I need to have my say. I need to answer, and because I was kind of not allowed to even apologize for what happened. I was just like blackballed, and I said, my God, this is an attack on comedy, and all the comics were talking about it. It's like we will not be able to say anything now, and it's true. Twitter, and that I was the first casualty of cancel culture.
Roseanne Barr just dropped a comedy nuke on cancel culture, and the fallout is hilarious. She's not just making a comeback, she's blasting through the PC police barricades with a megaphone and a middle finger. But here's the kicker, Roseanne might actually have a point. Yeah, you heard that right. The same woman who compared a politician to an ape is now the poster child for free speech. How's that for a plot twist?
And can't find work, and have no livelihood because, unless they, are ridiculously sucking up.
Remember when Roseanne's show was on top of the world? Yeah, those were the days. She was riding high on ABC, and life was sweeter than Trump's love affair with Diet Coke. But then, faster than you can say cuff-F, it all came crashing down. So picture this, Roseanne decides to tweet something about Valerie Jarrett. Now, for those of you who don't know, Jarrett was one of Obama's top advisors. Roseanne thought it would be a great idea to compare her to an ape. Spoiler alert, it wasn't. The tweet went viral faster than a cat video on catnip. Suddenly, Roseanne was public enemy number 1. The left went nuts, the right cried foul, and Twitter exploded like Trump's ego at a rally. It was like watching a dumpster fire, but with more hashtags.
It was me. Then they're the victim. Yeah. The endless bully victim thing. It's two sides of the same coin, and they're trying to turn our entire culture into bully victim. I know, because these people, they're always the victim. They bully, and then when they're called on being a bully.
Now, Roseanne tried to backpedal faster than a clown on a unicycle. She claimed she didn't know Jarrett was black. Yeah, and I'm the Queen of England. Her excuse was about as believable as Trump's hair in a windstorm. ABC execs were probably sweating more than Rudy Giuliani at a hair dye convention. They had to make a decision, and fast. It was like watching a game of hot potato, but the potato was Roseanne's career. Before you could say, you're fired. In true Trump fashion, ABC gave Roseanne the boot. They canceled her show faster than Trump cancels facts. Roseanne lost her gig, her agents, and probably a few friends too. It was like watching a car crash in slow motion, except the car was her career and the crash was totally avoidable. But here's where it gets interesting. Roseanne didn't just slink away like a scolded puppy. Oh no, she decided to become the poster child for cancel culture.
Actually bullies.
Yes, and way more powerful than we are. Powerful enough to get Roseanne Barr fired from her TV show.
It's like she looked at her situation and thought, you know what? I'm gonna make this my thing. Like, she started ranting about freedom of speech and how everyone's too sensitive these days. It was like watching your drunk uncle at Thanksgiving, but with more Twitter followers. Roseanne was determined to fight back against what she saw as PC culture gone mad. And just like that, Roseanne went from being a sitcom star to a crusader against cancel culture. It was a plot twist nobody saw coming, like finding out Darth Vader is Luke's father, but with more controversial tweets.
We're supposed to see that as progressive. It's not. It's anything but. I just wanted to say it. I'm not going to let them have the last word.
Well, look who's back on the comedy scene, ready to offend everyone and their grandma. It's Roseanne Barr, folks. After 16 years of silence, she's returned with a bang louder than Trump's tweets during a late-night cough-F binge. Roseanne's new stand-up special on Fox Nation, called Cancel This, is her middle finger to the world of political correctness. It's like she's been bottling up all her offensive jokes for years, and now the cork's popped off. She's promising it's her most offensive work yet. I guess she saw how well behaving badly worked for Trump and thought, hey, I can do that too.
In my depends on a damn, I don't care. I'm never going to give up. They're not going to get me.
In an interview with Tucker Carlson, Roseanne called cancel culture fascist. That's a pretty big word for someone who got canned for being racist. She's complaining that cancel culture doesn't let people apologize or explain themselves. But let's be real, her apology for the Valerie Jarrett tweet was about as sincere as a politician's promise to lower taxes. During her special, Roseanne joked about her cancellation, saying, "I got fired because I racially misgendered somebody I thought was a white woman." Oh, Roseanne, that's like saying you got arrested for accidentally robbing a bank. But hey, at least she's addressing the elephant in the room, or should I say the ape in the room. Too soon? Roseanne's not just here to make jokes though, she's on a mission to save comedy from the evil clutches of the left. She claims comedians have to suck up to what the left considers to be acceptable to keep their jobs. I guess nobody told her about Dave Chappelle, Bill Burr, or any other comedian who's been pushing boundaries without getting canceled. But why let facts get in the way of a good victim narrative, right? She's not alone in her crusade against cancel culture. Apparently, other comedians who face cancellation are now vowing to be even more offensive if they get back on stage. It's like they're in a competition to see who can get canceled the hardest. Next thing you know, we'll have a canceled comedian Olympics where the gold medal goes to whoever can offend the most people in 60 seconds. Roseanne's comeback has the comedy world more divided than a political debate on Facebook. Some comedians are cheering her on, probably the same ones who think trigger warning is the punchline to every joke. Others are giving her the side eye, wondering if she's really fighting for free speech or just mad she can't say whatever she wants without consequences. Alright folks, let's talk about Roseanne Barr and this whole cancel culture mess. It's like trying to untangle Trump's hair, confusing, messy, and you're not sure if you should laugh or cry. Roseanne's been running her mouth again, and this time she's got some spicy takes on cancel culture. She says the left has about as much humor as a wet sponge. In her words, the left has no humor at all. They have no sense of humor at all. Let's be real. Ouch, Roseanne. Who hurt you? Oh wait, we know who. But hold on a sec. Is Roseanne really the martyr of free speech she's making herself out to be? She's acting like she's the only comedian who's ever been sent to the naughty corner. But what about Dave Chappelle and Louis C.K.? They're still out there doing their thing, even after getting into hot water. Roseanne's not too happy about that. She's whining. They didn't do it to anyone else in Hollywood, although they always mention Dave Chappelle and Louis C.K. Sounds like someone's feeling left out of the canceled kids club. Now, some people are saying we're at a critical inflection point with cancel culture. That's fancy talk for people are getting sick of this crap. Doug Eldridge, who's apparently an expert on such things, says, "We're at a critical inflection point culturally where people have seen enough and they're tired of it." So, are we all just gonna start ignoring the Twitter mobs? Maybe we'll all go back to arguing about pineapple on pizza instead. But here's the thing, cancel culture isn't as simple as Roseanne makes it out to be. It's not just about comedians not being able to tell their favorite racist jokes anymore. Some folks say it's a way to hold people accountable for saying stupid stuff. Others think it's like a modern day witch hunt, but instead of burning people at the stake, we just burn their careers. And let's be real, not everyone who gets canceled stays canceled. Look at Liam Neeson. He said some pretty messed up stuff, but he's still out there making movies where he beats up bad guys with his particular set of skills. Chris Pratt got Twitter mobbed for a while, but he's still guarding the galaxy and training dinosaurs. So maybe being canceled is more like a timeout than a life sentence. The whole debate around cancel culture is messier than Trump's diet. On one side, you've got people saying we need it to keep celebrities and politicians in check. On the other side, you've got folks like Roseanne saying it's killing free speech and creativity. It's like watching two toddlers fight over the last cookie. Entertaining, but ultimately kind of pointless. Well folks, it looks like the cancel culture circus is starting to pack up its tents. People are getting tired of the constant outrage fest, like a toddler who's had too much sugar at a birthday party. Doug Eldridge from Achilles PR says folks are standing up against cancel culture now. It's like watching a bunch of grumpy cats finally deciding they've had enough of that annoying laser pointer. But here's the kicker, people actually want to talk about controversial stuff now. Who would have thought? It's like we've all collectively decided that maybe, just maybe, shouting at each other on Twitter isn't the best way to solve problems. Who knew? So whether you think Roseanne's comeback is a triumph for free speech or just another helping of yikes on a platter, one thing's for sure, the tide is turning. Cancel culture might not be totally canceled yet, but it's definitely on notice. And hey, at least we've got something new to argue about at Thanksgiving dinner. Thanks, Roseanne.